strength to me and like you now. Stackin and slackin, let's break it down, no cap. Silver surfers are rich and we going deep into space. Yeah, Zen law, memories where love met fate. Charles Wild in the rear view, let's get that straight. Vaguely from the past, now I have on the fake. Galactus in my ear said, take this role, son. But the heart still aches, the love weighs a ton.
What's going on, VV gang? Welcome back to the channel, All Things Strange. It's your man, Dr. Strange. And it looks like we are back in action. So you know I'm asking, are we stacking or slacking on? Looks like we are finally getting Silver Surfer #1. First appearance of Shalabal, Silver Surfer's origin on Zanla revealed. Man, so we here checking it out right here on Veve's Twitter page. And you know how we do it, man. We got to deep dive into the covers, get into the drop details, figure out are we stacking or slacking on it. So it says right here, growing tired of his banishment on Earth, the Silver Surfer thinks back to the days before he became Galactus Herald. And we have exclusive VV covers, rare and ultra rare, done by Ron Lim. Man, so he's done some work on the app before with the VV exclusive covers. I believe he usually does it with Israel Silva, so we'll see if that's the case when we dive into the actual drop details, man. But welcome all you guys to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're here, man. I've been waiting for this Silver Surfer #1, man. So I'm gonna hop on over to the VV blog site. We're here on blog.vv.me checking out Silver Surfer #1, man. So without further ado, man, let's hop right into the drop details. Now, a little quick tidbit, you know, just to give Veve a little bit of props here. You know, I guess they had some initial plans and initial announcements officially when it came to Silver Surfer #1. Initially, we were looking at 2,000 edition count. And if, initially we were looking at 1,000. And if that was the case, then no one would be able to collect the coveted 1968 mint. So very interesting, you know, a lot of buzz going around the community in regards to, like, you know, are we ever going to have a super scarce comic at the expense of collectors wanting to collect specific mints, you know? But at the end of the day, man, it is a real thing. And it is something that I would say, like, especially with books that come from a significant time period like this, like, yeah, you gotta kind of, like, 2,000 is scarce enough, man. Like, I can't really complain if we're trying to extract the 1968, 63. Like, if you know, if it means the comic isn't 1K, I mean, I could survive with that. But a lot of people do see the value in specific mint numbers, and one of them being right here, the fam comics and crypto. As you can see right here, they have a $5,000 bounty alert going on. They're placing a $5,000 bounty on Silver Surfer #1, mint #1, 1968. 1968 represents the year Silver Surfer #1 was released. Only 2,000 editions total. It's going to drop Wednesday, July 2nd, 8 a.m. Pacific time on Veve, man, as we know. So let's get back to our drop details and dig into it. And also, the price has been adjusted from 20 gems down to 15 gems. They appreciate the feedback from the community. So that's awesome that we got a little bit of a discount in that regard. So yeah, we already read the intro, and yeah, I was right. Okay, this release features VV exclusive rare and ultra rare covers by Ron Lim and Israel Silva. So there we have that. Drop day is July 23rd, 8 a.m. Pacific time. And yeah, man, this is really dope that this is happening, man. It's close to my birthday, the 25th, and Silver Surfer is one of those characters that I embraced when I first started reading comics in the 80s. So yeah, man, it's just dope to finally get something like this, Silver Surfer 1, during the B-Day week. So you can see right here, published 1968, 5 cover variants, 15 gem, list price 2,000 total editions. and the first available edition for public sales, number 149. And that's going to break down to 800 commons, 520 uncommons, 400 rares, 200 ultra rares, and only 80 secret rares. Scroll down a little bit more. It says a total of 268 editions across all 5 rarities are going to be withheld by Veve for promotional comp distributions, all that good stuff, right? So that's going to leave us with 1,832 available. So again, in terms of scarcity, I think it's pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? It's a really important book. Now, what else are we looking at? Okay, this dropped in 1968. So I would say other than 1968, you're going to want to also look out for 868, specifically August it dropped. But we'll get into that in a second. We're going to head on over to Key Collector and check that out. So first thing we got to do, though, is check out the covers, man. We got to get into this classic goodness right here. You guys know I'm a sucker for a 12-cent comic. If it got 12 cents on it, it's most likely I'm loving the cover. But this is the 25-cent era, where some more artists started stepping into the fray here and there. Classic artists are still around, but it started in the 25-cent range. You know what I'm saying? You had to step your little change game up right around this era, man. And yeah, this is still the era that I love right here. Classic goodness, still throwing together all the crazy colors, the red, the green, the blues, making it all work, man. I love it, man. The origin of the Silver Surfer, man. So as you guys know, we already have first appearance and a nice little run of Silver Surfer, Galactus, all that already. But this right here is the origin story, man. And it's a banger. It's a banger for sure. Definitely a dope read, for real. This is like for real the one to have, man. An all new book length Marvel Epic big premiere issue. I love the cover, man. This is classic. I can't wait to have this in the collection. Let me see what they did for the uncommon. I think they did it again. Yeah, this is tough right here, because they've been really coming through with the lack of color saturation on any letters, anywhere in the panels and the corners or any of that, and they've just been given the main character color. With Silver Surfer having the color he has, man, this just comes off like really crazy. Really feeling this, and Silver Surfer is definitely popping on this cover. I'm not saying he doesn't pop here, but obviously this is a really busy cover, right? So it definitely stands out really crazy on the uncommon. So let's see the work of Mr. Ron Lim and Israel Silver here on our exclusive rare. And I like this, man. You guys know I like sketch work. All right, I like the sketch work. I really do. So let me know down below what you guys are feeling cover wise. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what you're thinking. Now, got a little bit of penmanship going on over here. I always love that. But yeah, this is really sketchy. I love sketchy covers like this. This is dope, man. So I'm really curious to see how Mr. Silver, put his touches on the color work. So let's check out the ultra rare. And man, this is almost like a whole different cover. I mean, how you get this from this is crazy. Cause like, if someone handed this to me and they're like, all right, do the coloring, I would get caught up in all of these different pencil strokes and the motion and the way it looks like it's supposed to be swirling around. And it's like, at the end of the day, this is what we got. You know what I mean? And it's hard as a colorist. It has to be to like fully interpret what the sketch is trying to do versus like what's practical versus all of these things. So when these guys come together, to me, they really have done some amazing covers, man. This is a banger right here. I like how they kept the original green in the top left, kept that nostalgic 25-cent look, and then they just hit it with that modern skin on it. I like that. I like that canvas look too. It has like a really bumpy canvas look to it on the material. So this is a banger, man. I can't even front. Oh, that's crazy. So is this like, this is the Silver Surfer ripping through space-time right there in the upper left corner. That's fire, man. So you know what time it is, guys. It's time to check out the coveted secret rare. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. I'm on board with this, man. I love how they made the colors match up. And yeah, I've read this, but I never read it from the perspective of looking at it and saying, as I'm reading through this, let me try to think of the best panel that I could use for a cover. So I don't know if this is per se the best, pose and thing of the Silver Surfer in a book. I trust their judgment until I can get this on the drop and read it again. But yo, this is a dope cover at the end of the day, man. I can't lie, So I'm with it, man. But I want to know down below what one of these is your favorite. Which one? For me, the classic goodness is weighing real heavy, but I wouldn't mind uncommon. I really like, you guys know I like the sketch covers. So I like the rare. And then, these things are like, they're similar, but they're so different. These two, they're similar, but so different. So I really like all of these covers, man. This is a banging drop right here. So let me know down below which one of these 5 covers is your favorite. And I need you guys to do that because I want to enter you in the BV supported giveaway going on right now on this episode of Stackin or Slackin for Silver Surfer #1, of course, man. So yeah, man, special shout out to BV Official for supporting the episode. And shout out to last week's winner, you know what I'm saying? And speaking of that, we got to figure out who this week's last episode's winner is, right? So let's hop on over to YouTube really quick. And yeah, we're here. So all you had to do was leave a comment. And I don't even think there's that many on this one, man. It looks like 16. So if I was to cut that in half, kind of sort of, maybe only 8 comments on this video, man. You guys showed up a little something. It was 74 views. So yeah, nobody really entered, man. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's someone who's won already. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how it pans out, man. So I just copied the URL here. Let me switch on over to pickawinner.co and paste in the URL, and we're gonna fetch a winner here. Let's see how many comments do we have. Okay, so it panned out to be 11, and we're gonna pick a winner. Oh, it's the fam, Ronnie Lido. So glad he won, man. He always leaves like very in-depth comments, that A, lets me know he's really watching the video, and B, he really is, doing what I'm doing, like really looking at these covers, looking at symmetry, looking at color palettes and all of that type of stuff. Really appreciates the art. Ronnie Lido, you are art. And his comment says that ultra rare is actually pretty legendary looking. It was. That's some great perspective showing the small scale of the earth in comparison to the character, right? And it fills the entire comic book page too. No spot untouched by artwork. Totally agree, Ronnie. If you guys don't know, talking about first appearance of Dormammu. And he's talking about this ultra rare right here. And that was awesome work right there by Mr. Yoon. So, yo, once again, congratulations, Ronnie Lido. And again, shout out Veve Official for supporting the channel, supporting the community with these giveaways, supporting us content creators. Man, it's just awesome, man. I have no idea how many, giveaways we're up to at this point, but I'm just happy, man. I'm happy that we're able to do that for the people, man. So, yeah. With that said, also, really quick, if you are new to Veve Official and you would like to check it out, let me take my banner off the screen here so you can see the full thing. All you need to do, sorry, wrong way, is scan that QR code right there and you will get started with a free 10 gems, and you could use that too. Maybe not go for this drop. You can't use it to go for this drop, but you can use it in the marketplace and to go for other drops that have not sold out yet and for upcoming drops, which, there's always some upcoming drops, man. And Veve's been hooking it up lately, man. They've been hooking it up, providing some really nice price points for these people who are new to the platform. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you want, man. It allows you guys to be able to use these codes and check out the app and not have to put your money up front first. You know what I'm saying? Key Collector Comics. And yeah, let's check it out, man. Because Silver Surfer #1 came out in 1968, so there were no cover variants. So we don't have to worry about that. And of course, we got our VV exclusives, right? So this book had a low of 150, a mid of 500, a high of 1.5K. As you can see right here, this is considered a key. I would say it's like, I don't want to say borderline grail. No, it's not. It's not. I'll just say it's a major key. You know, key facts: first solo ongoing Silver Surfer series. Origin of the Silver Surfer, origin of the Watchers, and again, not first appearance, but origin. First appearance of Shalabal. Silver Surfer first says, where soars the Silver Surfer, there must he soar alone, meaning no partners, no co-pilots. He's flying solo dolo on that board. And it also says April 2024, which is past already. It says Shalabal, portrayed by Julia Garner, will be a version of the Silver Surfer in the Fantastic Four film. I know it's definitely a woman that's playing Silver Surfer, but I never really paid attention to who the actress was. Let me know down below. Is it Julia Garner? I don't think it is. Like, I feel like they would be throwing that name out there a lot if it was someone with that type of star power and name. Anyway, here it says series published August 1968. So that's why I was telling you guys another mint number besides 1968 to look out for would be 868. And then, of course, you got 616. Artist John Buscema and writer Stan Lee, man. So, yeah, at the bottom, it's just basically giving us a synopsis of the storyline, which I advise you to read. You know what I'm saying? It's a banger for sure. So you guys know what else I like to do before I determine if I'm gonna sack or slack on it. I like to take a trip on over to eBay. And we're here, man. We're here on eBay. You're checking out sold listings just to see, is this book still relevant? What are people looking for? What's going on? Are they checking for it at all? And we can see right here, Silver Surfer #1 in the 9.4 sold for $8,000 on July 7th. And then we also had another one sell on May 24th. This was a 9.2 and it sold for $5.4 thousand. A 9.2 sold for $5,300, a little bit less than that on May 6th. So it looks like it went up just by a couple of dollars for the same book. So we have a 8.0 sold for $1,950. So you can get an idea of the scale right there. Another thing I found right here was that someone had a 9.6 currently for sale, going for $21,000. So free delivery, by the way. But they want 21K. List price was 22K. They took 5% off currently. So there you have that. Looks like Silver Surfer #3, man. Looks like a banger too. People are definitely looking for some nice money for that. We got a 7.0 going for $7,500, not pressed to clean. Then that's a whole nother aspect of, you know, buying these books and then pressing and clean them. You get a better grade. But again, you just got to make sure like people are really looking for that book and, you know, willing to pay that premium for that better grade. Before you go all crazy, spending money like this and then cracking it and then getting pressed. It's a lot to worry about, man. For me, I'm just, you know, books, especially on this level that are like all-time classics and keys like this, like, I don't know if I'll ever really get to the point where even physically collecting, if I want to collect stuff like this again, you know what I mean? I'm not sure. And especially since I've been collecting digitally now, and physically, you know, slabs are adding up. You know, they're taking up their space. They're, you know, doing their thing. It's a lot to tend to. You got to worry about sun wear and damage, or, you know, falling off of however you have it propped up on a wall or whatever. So it's a lot, you know, you consider with the physical collecting. I'm still doing both, but I think as time is going to keep going on, I'm going to lean more to the digital side, especially, like I said, when it comes to grails like this. Like, I definitely want this in my collection, but I don't know if I want to pay those types of numbers for physical at this point. If I had the money, I would probably get a digital, like, even if it's like a crazy mint, but they wanted $7,000 for it, where it would be somewhat comparable, I guess, to a 9.8 or a 9.6 in that world. You know, if I was a heavy collector of this book, yeah, I would do it. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I got my favorites from this era that I'm still targeting. So, yeah, man, we'll see how it all pans out. But anyway, question is, My stacking of Slackin on Silver Surfer #1, man. And I think it's pretty obvious your boy Dr. Strange is going to be stacking on this one. However, you gotta keep some things in perspective here. First of all, do not forget what it says right here. This is in store for only 30 days. And I'm not saying that this is even gonna make it the full 30 days. I just don't know. I don't know how much liquidity is really on the app. I don't know how much liquidity has been on the app versus are some new people going to show up? Are some old people going to show up and pull a lever for this book? I have no idea, right? So it's like this could easily sell out and not even the 30 days could be irrelevant, especially it's only 2,000 copies, right? So the only question is, are we, all as a group spending, 15 gems 2,000 times, right? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to sell out right away, but I definitely see this not lasting too long. It's too much of a classic. All the covers are dope. It's got the scarcity going on. It's just, it's too much. So for me, man, I'm going to try my best to pull a lever. I got to check my gems, man. My gems is a little sparse right now. So I'm going to see what I could do, man. You guys might see me in the market. You know what I'm saying? You might see some items floating around in the market, man. You got some gems. Grab something up, man. You might see me at the floor. Who knows, man? But yeah, I'm gonna try and scrape up something and go for this drop, man. I would love to pull a lever at least once. But I also do know, we've had a current trend going on for a while now, regardless of the scarcity. It almost seems like regardless of the book, to where at the end of the day in the market, the common, the uncommon, and the rare, sometimes even the ultra rare is hovering around the drop price. But I think with this one being 15, it's possible that the common could rest around 6 gems, 7 gems, what we would normally pay to go for a regular comic drop. So, if you don't have a lot of gems, you don't have enough to go for this, then you just don't have enough, right? You have to play the market. But at least if you could somehow have a good 8 to 9 gems in your account, I think you might be able to grab one of these off the market. I could see these going that low. Now, how long they'll stay there, I don't know, because this is pretty scarce, man. I don't really know I can't think of any other drops that are like really important keys like this. And #1, 15 gems and only 2,000 mints. So it's a crazy combination of things going on that could give this book a little bit of extra value to where maybe we're back to a weird place where, you guys that have been here for a while, you might remember those days where, if you did or didn't hit it on a drop, basically as soon as the drop was over, either at one point the common itself would be going for at least double what the drop price was, and then it eventually got to a point where right after the drop, people would let at least the common go for like a couple dollars above what the retail was, and then from there it would be a feeding frenzy, and within like 10 to 15 minutes, if you didn't get one, now the price has been ate up to a certain point where it's more than the drop price. But those days have been long gone, so I really can't call what's going to happen on this drop, but that's why in a weird way this feels a little nostalgic, in that I used to get that buzz where I'm like, man, I might need to just make sure I get one, because if I don't get one at 15, it could be more than that, just for a common in the market. And those were the days, right? So I don't know if it's that yet or gonna happen with this book, but it could, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. But overall, I feel like this is a book I'm gonna stack on and have in the collection, man. I got some things going on in the BB verse I'm working on, and Silver Surfer is part of that. I love Silver Surfer Black as well. Those covers are crazy. And I think like the ultra rare and some of these other covers are going to complement that as well. So yeah, man. I don't know, man. Looks like your boy Dr. Strange is going to be stacking on Silver Surfer #1, man. Let me know down below what you're going to do, man. And again, if you're new to VV Official, look down below in the description. You should see my VV Official code down there. Click that, get your account started, get a free 10 gems. Or, of course, you could scan the QR code earlier in the episode. Hey, never know. I might actually try to flash that up on the screen somewhere right now real quick. But, yeah, man, that's it for me, man. I appreciate you guys coming through. Do let me know down below which one of these 5 cover rarities is your favorite, so I can enter you into the next VV supporter giveaway on the next episode of Stackin and Slackin. But for now, your man Dr. Strange, All Things Strange, is out.
New Doctor Strange on the scene, flip the script. All things strange, we ain't letting it slip. Stackin and Slackin, we breaking it down. Perseverance is solid, but we'll wear the crown. Silver surface on riches and lives of vibe. Galactus came through, now it's feeling alive. Rest the stage, back in the fight. No rag, remember we lost through the night. Let's go.
Stackin the trooper will